Hello and happy, beautiful day to you. Today, I want to share a simple but pivotal insight that is so often overlooked when it comes to healing or transformation. And it's this. It's that we really want to find the sweet spot, if you will. And this is what I mean, is that so often, and you've probably seen this before, where people will feel stressed by life or overwhelmed or, they might have negative emotions, fear going on. And then a lot of times, because it feels like a lot, people will want to just relax or check out or meditate or whatnot. And the problem is that so often there's a pendulum back and forth. A person goes from feeling stressed and overwhelmed to then just relaxing and, trying to get out of that or hide from that. And so, or suppress it. And you can get caught in going back and forth. But if you think about the ultimate goal, the sweet spot, if you will, it's stepping back up into a place of empowerment, of feeling strong, feeling confident, feeling great in life, feeling on top of the world, and empowered in your life. And by the way, depending upon where you are in life, that might feel easy to do, or that might feel like impossible. And I know for me personally, when I was going through my injury, gosh, I was such a mess. I was a long way from empowered. I was injured and, trying to figure it out and in fear and stressed. And I felt weak, like every part of my body felt weak and everything felt difficult. So wherever you are, I know that might sound impossible, but what can happen so often is that if you're going back and forth between the stress and then the relaxation and the stress and the overwhelm and relaxation, that sweet spot is part of the way out, is starting to find your power, is starting to find your strength, and is really empowering or programming that in to feel that feeling of empowerment. Because what's beautiful is the more that we can find that feeling of empowerment and really release negativity from the subconscious mind and also program in the emotions you want to feel, more and more, of course, of the best of you can show up. And that feeling of empowerment and confidence and feeling alive, that's where healing lives. Because imagine somebody who goes from feeling overwhelmed and stressed and fearful by life every day, to instead feeling empowered, feeling strong, feeling confident, feeling capable. Like that feeling it's everything. It's just like feeling back on top of life again, if you will. And that's the insight that I want to share with you, is because even sometimes when I'll see people who are working on healing themselves, they're hoping for healing or they're having a vision, but they're not really doing so from an empowered place where they're programming in the feelings that they really want to feel and getting them in the subconscious mind, because the goal is the sweet spot of feeling empowered and feeling alive, feeling confident. And so I wanted to share that just because that question came in recently about mind programming, about stressed and people overwhelmed or stressed or frustrated or angry, and then relaxation. And it's a pendulum, if you will, that so often people get stuck in. And of course, getting out of that spiral and instead stepping back into your strength is key for healing, for happiness, for love, for transformation, for everything. So just an important part of it. Of course, it's not the fix all, but it's definitely a powerful and very helpful key to healing. And so on that note, by the way, if you are somebody who's really wanting to understand mind-body healing even deeper, I do have a training that's available in the show notes, so you can access that there. But just keeping in mind that, of course, the more you can step into your power and strength, the more pivotal it can become. So just food for thought. And, of course, please do take just a quick moment to share this quick insight with somebody you love, somebody you care about, or somebody you don't even know. Because the more that every single person feels happy and empowered and healthy, the better this world is for all of us. And so please do take just a quick moment to hit the share button. And please do make a point to have an incredible rest of your day. And I look forward to connecting with you on the next episode. We'll see you there.